James Hilliard here at the Connection TIDC, the Technology Integration and Distribution Center. I am with our Senior Director for the Solution Engineering Group, and it is Mark Wolfhurst, and we're talking about customization. We're in the middle of the configuration lab here. So we've got machines from medium-sized organizations, small custom orders, and that idea, that word custom I just used, really everything here does get touched by your team and is customized. Talk about that for a quick moment.
Yeah, so if you really think about customizations, right? I could have two of the same exact laptops. And company A has their solution set that's totally different than solution B, but the laptops, the hardware is exactly the same.
Right.
So that's when we talk about our standard customizations, is just the individual specs and designs that each customer needs on those devices is different.
And they could be similar needs, right? Both maybe insurance companies.
Right.
So similar, but this company is using this software, this one's using that, right? So that's where the customization comes in.
So you look at personas, you look at groups, you know, so within an organization itself, that individual laptop could have 5 different personas on it, right? HR, you know, management,
the sales
down
team
on the floor, a sales team, correct.
Okay, so that's the customization that goes on all around us all day long, and that is kind of your day-to-day customization. However, when a team comes to you all and says, you know, we've been struggling with something, and we're not quite sure how to come up with a solution, first off, what do you and team think and feel?
Right, so from an engineering team, architect teams, that's where we get excited, right? When a customer comes to us and say, I have an opportunity, a project I'm trying to work on, and we really don't know how to do it.
Okay.
So one of my taglines to the field and the customers is, don't be afraid to ask us to look into something for you, right? We're here to assist your IT team and to help you develop those customized packages.
All right, so let's look outside of the box here. Let's talk about 1 or 2 examples where teams have come to you and said, we really are looking to do X. What's come down the line recently?
Yeah, so we had a field team come to us and say, we have a customer, a restaurant company, that was trying to design a better monitoring of the food after it's cooked, or when it's time to get rid of that food.
When it's no longer consumable to
so it's
us
like,
out there
let's
at the
put it
restaurant.
off to the side. It needs to be taken off the warming benches. It needs to get put away. So we worked with their engineers and our teams here to develop the code and the application sets to put that whole kit together so that those could go into the restaurants and monitor the food then when it's in the warming trays.
What was part of that? I got heat sensors, cameras.
Sensors, mobility tablets that would indicate to the staff when things are past due times.
Okay.
So it was all monitored and checked, so we put that solution together with them. And it really helped them reduce costs on knowing when food is ready to go and when it's not ready to go.
So the customer sent out kind of one of the cooking units, and you were able to physically work on that. So not just the theory of the scripting and how but really see how it played in the real world.
We had the whole product set here that we would configure, how we're going to ship it, how we're going to deliver it to the end user sites, those restaurant environments. We did all that within this facility here.
And then upon success, you start putting together then kits that go out to each individual site ready to go?
Ready to go. They're already been provisioned. They're already set up. They've been on the actual customer's network. So when those get there, it's pretty much roll it in, plug it in, sync it up, and it's ready.
Okay, what's another example of a customization project?
Another higher tech, really high tech, which I liked, was a retail company that was creating a package, a promotion to send out to all their stores on, if I'm swinging a golf club, what type of golf shoe should I be wearing, right?
Okay.
So it was a really neat solution. So you had pads, you had cameras, you had sensors, and we had to learn to write some scripts, right, to interact with those devices so that the whole thing would work together and then show up on the screen. Hey, you need, a size wide E shoe, whatever it might be for that golf shoe. So it was a really interesting project to work with.
And that was going out to multiple locations. So you kind of customized something here.
Yes.
But then you had to replicate that, send that out to various.
Replicate it, and they would go off in Pelican cases, and those devices would go out to that store for the promotion period. When the promotion was over at that location, that Pelican case would come back, and we would refresh those devices and configure it for the next location.
Did they use you and your swing for any of that data?
Thankfully, no. Right? That would have been who knows what
that would have been a
been
failure
on
of a project. Let's talk about the fact that these projects were successes. Obviously, clients happy with that. But what does your team learn from going through an out-of-the-box type of customization?
So when you're working within the customized set in an engineering architect development role, right, you're learning new scripting. You might be using some C#. You might be using different languages to help build that product set. So we learned different new solutions, and we took those solutions and embedded some of those into our shop floor, into
Okay.
the configuration center here, right? So some of the automation pieces we do for our configurations today, where we can have a tech just scan a QR code, came from some of those customized projects.
All right, so you heard them earlier. If there's something that you're thinking, hey, could we, but we don't know how, do you? Then reach out and bring that idea to them, and the team would be happy to work on that customization project. It's all done here at the Connection TIDC. You can learn more online at connection.com/TIDC. Mark, I appreciate the time.
Thanks, James.